this is the Republicans' fault. If you are in charge, you have to negotiate. And just saying over and over, we need to open the government, and then we promise we'll do it.
We have to negotiate, meaning we have to give in to you.
You have to give something. That is how this works.
I think.
And what are you planning on giving?
Just allowing this to happen is a cooperation. You guys have to actually somehow stop lying.
That's Fox News co-host and woman with a voice made for silent films, Jessica Tarlov, getting absolutely torched by Greg Gutfeld for trying to spin the blame on the government shutdown. A move so tone-deaf it could make even CNN blush. Welcome to the channel, I'm Bar Janat. If you're here for the best moments of establishment media meltdowns without having to sit through hours of liberal propaganda, you've found the right place. Because right now, it looks like the Democrats' favorite shutdown stunt is blowing up in their faces. When your entire strategy relies on Americans suffering, it's pretty hard to brand yourself as the party of compassion. It's wild watching them pretend to care about citizens while fighting tooth and nail to fund healthcare for illegal immigrants. Here's Tarlov trying that tired act on the 5 and getting completely wrecked.
Jessica,
We're an American citizen.
can you tell me how this is the Republicans' fault? I'm asking for a friend.
I'm glad that you saw my tweet. It has 3 million nasty people on the internet. But I knew exactly what I was saying. The point is that with great power comes great responsibility. I heard that once in a great Spider-Man movie. And Republicans are in charge. They're not 60 votes in charge, but they've got a majority of the way there. And when you are in charge and you don't have all the votes that you need, it is incumbent upon you to make a deal with the people whose votes you need. And based on prior voting for CRs, you know that there are moderate Democrats who would certainly be willing to have a conversation with you if you would do that properly timed, not open up the government and then make the same promises that they have for months. I mean, this has been going on since the big beautiful bill was signed, that they've been saying, yeah, we want to do something on ACA premiums, and then they keep kicking the can down the road. We know that Harry Enton is about to, maybe Walworth speaking right now, there will be another clip with the reverse story out about what's going on, and so I'll do the work for him. Harry Enton put up the Navigator survey, which shows that the American public is blaming the Republicans by 14 points now. It was just 10 points last week. The story about Democrats cutting off SNAP benefits and that we're the heartless ones and Mike Johnson feels terrible is how you say BS. Mike Johnson, in his big beautiful bill, $186 billion gone from the SNAP program, and in the 2018 shutdown, Donald Trump made sure that people got their SNAP benefits because he knows that it's important. And that's why Josh Hawley wants to have a standalone bill about SNAP. Josh Hawley, who also wants a standalone bill to make sure that people get their Medicaid coverage back because the big beautiful bill takes it away. So, Gregory, that is how I have shown you that my tweet wasn't dumb, that I'm not dumb, and that this is the Republicans' fault. Nothing that I have said is a lie. Nothing at all. If you get 90% of the big beautiful bill and you have to protect Americans' health care, which by the way, they'll reward you at the polls, because guess what? People like to have health care coverage and they don't want to see their premiums go up 114%. You will be thanking me. You will not be mocking me. You will be bowing down at my altar. And I saved your party.
Yes.
We know how this ends. When it first started, I said, we all know how this is going to end. It will end with the Democrats caving. The pain is optional. They continue the suffering.
Oh, I like the way you say that.
Watching Jessica Tarlov try to gaslight the country is like watching a magician forget the trick halfway through. She waved around a biased Navigator poll on X, formerly Twitter, bragging that voters blame Republicans by 14 points, while ignoring every credible poll showing the opposite. Let's not forget, Democrats literally blocked a clean funding bill simply because it didn't hand out free healthcare to illegals. Everyone saw Speaker Johnson offer straightforward funding for Americans, and Democrats kept saying no. No surprise Tarlov's tweet got roasted into oblivion. And as you're about to see, Greg Gutfeld wasn't having any of her nonsense, fact-checking her in real time.
Republicans getting the blame if food banks start overflowing, but CNN's data guru says, not so fast.
Republican Congress's net approval rating versus free shutdown. It's rallying the base for sure. Look at this, the net approval rating up 12 points versus free shutdown. But it's not just with the base. It's also with the middle of the electorate. Look at this, among independents. It's up 8 points as well. So we've got a situation here where Republicans with the shutdown are actually rallying their base, but it's also something that's not hurting them with the folks in the middle. If anything, it's helping them with folks in the middle.
You know, Dana, I think the Dems could have gotten away with the shutdown as the Republicans' fault before Musk bought X. But the population is too savvy, so if you say, oh, they could create the House and Senate, a 10-year-old can easily refute that by just saying, no, you need 60, and that's on the Democrats. But do you think that it feels like the key to the Democrat success is other people's suffering? They're basically taking their own constituency and holding them like in this kind of like threat, I don't know what you call it, hostage. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's an abomination because they're doing that from the safety and comfort of their own offices while they're enjoying their paychecks. They are enjoying as well, for example, the protection by certain officers and Secret Service, let's say, they're not getting their paychecks.
I feel like part of that is due to after the Biden cover-up, no one feels compelled to take the word of Democrats or the media. They've lost credibility. So they're just, if they're blaming the Republicans, people are going like, well, then it can't be the Republicans.
Democrats have built their entire political strategy around public misery. They're constantly betting that pain at the pump and missed paychecks will crush Republican poll numbers. We've even seen people like Bill Maher openly wish for a recession just to hurt Trump and the GOP. It's part of their playbook, except this time, everyone sees it, and it's backfiring hard. Americans aren't stupid. They know Democrats shut down the government over illegal subsidies while pretending it's about fairness. The latest polls show 72% of voters now blame Democrats for the shutdown. Meanwhile, Trump's approval is climbing, and independents over
breakout mode for the Republican Party. And it's another lesson that we learned from Trump. We learned that Democrats treat tax dollars like musical chairs. Oh, it's not going to illegals, they say. That's true. You don't hand 10 grand right there when they walk in across the border. No, but you slip it into the COVID relief bill, then you jack it all up, and then you try to make it temporary. Or you say we don't pay for illegal health care. Well, the states do. And how are the states able to do it? Because the federal government gives them money to spend on other things so they can spend it there. It's an opportunity cost. Democrats are like the dude with the EBT card that was meant for milk and bread, but they end up buying cigarettes and liquor for their...
And here's why Democrats are panicking. They don't want Americans realizing how deep these benefits for illegals really go. They bury the funding inside state programs and federal grants, pretending it's not taxpayer money, but it clearly is. States like California use federal dollars to cover healthcare for illegals, freeing up more cash for other handouts, while hardworking Americans face rising premiums and shrinking SNAP benefits. Liberals act like they care, but it's all a cover for their real priorities, putting illegals ahead of struggling American families. So what do you think, Barjanat Nation? Are Democrats finally paying the price for choosing illegals over Americans during this shutdown? Drop your thoughts below, I read them all. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, give it a like, hit subscribe, and share it to spread the word. It really helps us out. Until next time, this is Barjanat. Thanks for watching.